So welcome back to a brand new Hytale video, and we have a pretty big statement to go through from Mr. Simon Hypixel himself. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting video. We're going to be taking a look at some other community stuff as well, so I always love doing that, being able to share some amazing work that's going on with the community, and thank you all for your recent support on the channel. It really has meant the world to me. So if you do enjoy this video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you get all of your daily Hytale news. So we're going to dive in with this now and check out some cool stuff. So I thought this was a really awesome thing to do, as there's currently a Hytale mod jam going on, and there's YouTubers such as In the Littlewood, Quebec Corner, and they're basically hosting this mod, like kind of mod jam, like I said, which has a $5,000 prize pool, and the best mods are going to win a whole bunch of money, which is fantastic because it really helps out those modders that are putting so much time and effort into this. So big shout out to you guys for that. Some progress on 2 Fort, plus a retexture of the rocket jumper, a new rocket projectile, and a glimpse at very early versions of the resupply cabinet and shovels, soldier's shovel. This is for my Brotherhood of Arms Team Fortress 2 Hytale mod. Note, there will not be a one-to-one. This will not be a one-to-one of Team Fortress 2. And Simon responded saying, "This is awesome. It reminds me many years ago I did a TF2 crossover with Seth Bling in Minecraft. Big fan of Team Fortress, and I played the first one a lot." And this is a really cool thing that's been created, and I think this is a really cool kind of like sort of addition, which I know it's a mod, but like these kind of things that mod creators are making could play a big part in the mechanics of the game and seeing what's possible, you know, like, you know, and that's where the modders become such a massive part of the community, because a lot of the time in similar games like Hytale and stuff, the modders' work actually tends to come to the official game. Like, I'm not saying this exact thing is going to come to the official game, but the kind of mechanics and stuff around it is really cool. So here is where things get juicy, because Simon released a very big statement, and we're going to read through it now. So he went on to say, "I want to take a moment to talk about where the game is right now and where it's going. First, we should not compare Hytale today to what it currently offers versus where we expect to be in the long term. What you're playing right now is just the start of our long journey, and pretty much all aspects of the game need major work. A few months ago I said the game wasn't good enough, and I still mean it. I'm incredibly grateful for the game's success right now and how many of you see its potential. Honestly, I did not expect such a positive reaction across the board. That support is real and it matters. But we need to stay disciplined and focused, and the real danger at this stage would be to chase short-term satisfaction and lose sight of the long-term health of the game." And I think that's a massive part, because sometimes when you're panicking about an issue or a situation, you know, you're kind of looking for what you can help to you know, sort out things in the short term, and you might lose focus of what you initially were working towards. So we could very easily add more progression systems for the sake of progression, more loot, dungeons, boss fights, and talent trees, and new weapons, armors, ores, and so much more. And sure, we could throw those in a few weeks. However, that would be the easy road, and it would distract us from building the foundation we need for the systems that matter. Hytale is meant to be a forever game, and we are building it in that way." And he said, "Trust me, I'm a big fan of these features and want to work on them ASAP, but I must be patient and focus on executing the long-term vision. That being said, our dev approach is pretty unique, and it can feel weird at times, and I feel like it contradicts the long-term focus, but it's somewhat called both calculated and fun. A lot of features go out in a V1 state, half-baked on purpose, so you and the modding community can mess with it and show us what is good and what needs work. Take the Necromancy Grimoire, for example. When it first dropped, people were unsure what it was for and why it felt so limited. 2 weeks later, in the most recent pre-release, you can already see it getting better. That is intentional. Those early versions help us experiment with magic and set up the groundwork for future things like summoning allies in future major updates. The feature might not be polished, but its bones, and no pun intended, but its bones are there, similar to Fire Spread and the Flamethrower coming to creative mode this week. It may feel raw, but your feedback and playtesting will shape it. We do this so we can keep updates coming quickly and refine these systems before they are cemented into the core game. Our focus right now is spot on. core game mechanics, quality of life, and everything needed to support the game's future. Plus some fun stuff, of course. We need to have these basics solid to get the ground ready for adventure mode and soon begin the Cursebreaker story arc via exploration mode. Behind the scenes, production is moving very well. We are a lean team with limited management, and yet everyone is clear on the path forward and motivated by what we are doing. Seeing what you all make with the modding tools so far has been one of the most motivating parts of development. Early access has exceeded expectations and has given us a runway beyond what we needed to reach full release. That means we can accelerate, take risks, and invest in long-term systems, and will be opening up job roles soon. And I fully expect many of the people who help shape Hytale in the future will come from the Hytale community you're building right now. Isn't that what we literally just mentioned? If you are a modder reading this, here is the real call to action. Get your hands dirty with the tools while they're still forming, break up the things that the game needs breaking, show us what works and what doesn't, and what the game could be once these early systems evolve. Your experimentation is actually shaping Hytale. You're not just playing with the game, you're helping make it. We will have announcements soon about how you can join the team and get more formally involved, but if you want to help shape the long-term direction of the game, start by building in it now. I thought that was pretty damn awesome, and I really like how transparent Simon is with the community. And again, what I said when I first started this channel was the reason I'm doing this channel is I have seen the vision of and the passion that Simon has had, and that motivated me to make my channel, because I thought, right, this could be a really fun game to get into, and also we know we're going to have support moving forward, and the devs really care. I feel with like a lot of games these days, I do see a lot of people saying, oh, you know, Minecraft doesn't release as many updates as it should do, and everything like that. And I do feel like sometimes when you're playing those kind of games, you forget that, well, there might be something that's better suited for you to play. And if you really love like dev support and a lot of transparency, then Hytale might be the game for you. I'm not saying that Minecraft isn't great still, and I love that game and had so many amazing memories, but I am playing more Hytale these days. This was a bit of a funny response from Simon. This guy said, I feel like I wasted $20 for 1 week of fun, and he said skill issue. But yeah, I mean, that is what some people may feel, you know, like there's a lot of gamers are so different in ways that there's people that will grind through a new game literally for the entire day, the whole weekend, and then it gets, you know, and you might do everything very quickly. I'm a bit more of, I like to take my time with games. I like to, like, you know, really enjoy it myself, try everything out, not kind of speed run it. And I do think everyone with the opinion of, you might have spent the money on it and felt like, you know, there wasn't enough. But at the end of the day, Simon did mention very, very strongly at the start that this is in early access and the game has a long-term vision, not just like a quick release. It's the perfect game right now. So finally, as you can see, Simon said, follow up next week's pre-release changes. They're going to be adjusting crafting times for the early game items. Arrow crafting is now instant, very nice. All crude weapons now instant craft, which is sword, short bow, daggers, battle axe, and mace. All crude tools now instant craft, pickaxe, hat, hoe, sickle. Reduced builder's bench craft time from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. Reduced chicken coop craft time from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. And armors and weapons with metals and bench upgrades still have crafting time. The animations will be much better to show that in the future, both UI and actual player animation. And these are the kind of small quality of life changes that will be coming to Hytale over time. And yeah, there are things that get very annoying, and there are things that, you know, are the tiniest changes, but overall make you, you know, it could be one thing that really frustrates you, but they're looking into that. They're taking the reports and they're changing as much as they can. Take the shovel, for instance. The shovel's not great in Hytale, and Simon said they're going to be reworking the way it does things. So all it comes with is community feedback, and the devs will work on it. And they do really care about us, and that's what's really nice. So anyway, guys, that is going to be today's Hytale video. We'll probably get a lot of information coming up over the weekend and into next week, because obviously pre-release is coming, and I'll be covering absolutely everything that is coming with pre-release. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.